Good morning. I just got back from a trip with my horse, and I really noticed that the hay sizes of the bales were very, very different, and I did not have a scale with me to be able to portion out his hay. So I had to guess a little bit. I was pretty proud of myself because I feel like I estimated the weights of the hay well, but I wanted to show you how different one flake from a bale could be versus a flake from a different bale. So I have a flake here that is from Chicago, and this flake, try not to make too much of a mess, there's about the size of it. I'm just putting it in an IKEA bag. I have a little hanging scale that I use here, and this flake of alfalfa hay, it comes out to almost, not quite, 1 pound. So this flake of alfalfa from Chicago is 1 pound. The flake of hay that we have here in the barn in Arizona is already, it's a bigger flake, making more of a mess. And when I hang my IKEA bag onto the scale, this comes back as 5 pounds right on the nose. So one flake of my Arizona hay weighs 4 pounds more than one flake of alfalfa hay that I bought in Chicago. So this is really important even if you're staying in the same place, you haven't gone anywhere, but you get a new load of hay because the baler that was used can be different, the dryness of the hay, the stalk of the hay, all of those things are going to contribute to the size that the flake comes out to when it gets baled. So when we get new hay in here, I usually just go down to the hay barn and I find a couple of bales that the twine is already broken on it. They're already open. And I just take a couple flakes from each of those open bales and I weigh them to get a general idea of what the hay comes back at. So this particular load of hay, every single bale that I tested, the flakes came back between 4.5 and 5 pounds. So it was really consistent with what the weight of the flakes were. And then I'll just redo that when our next load comes in. It's really important to know how much hay your horse is actually getting in pounds because we want to be able to make sure that we're not overfeeding our horse with one load of hay and then underfeeding the horse with another load of hay, and they're still on the same number of flakes per day. We also find that the feeders will be pretty good. If there's a heavy horse, they get the thinner flakes out of a bale. If there's a horse that's a little underweight, they tend to get the fatter flakes out of the bale. And then that's that little half-pound variation or so that we currently have in our alfalfa is going to make a difference over 3 or 4 feedings in a day. That could be a 2-pound difference in the amount of hay that the horse is getting. So if your 1,000-pound horse is getting 1.5% of their body weight in their feed, in their hay, they're getting 15 pounds a day. But if you're off by a half a pound, 4 feedings a day, you are off by 2 pounds. So that's significant when your horse is eating 15 pounds of hay a day. So just something simple that you can do on your own. You can do it at a boarding barn. You can do it if you board your horse at home. It's very fast. It's pretty accurate, and it'll really help you with managing your horse's weight. Happy riding, everyone.